Welcome to the MAZ. Make sure you smash that like on the way in, you know. Be a good neighbor. What up, dog? Welcome to Media Stream 141. Shouts out to Bristol. Shouts out to Cornwall. What is cracking, baby? Hello. Welcome, one and all to Mini Stream 141. This is number 141. That's a good number.
Perfect.
How y'all doing out there? How y'all feeling? Ooh. Yeah, I am feeling good. I found one of my favorite suits. I thought I had lost it. And I found it. You know. It's pretty good. Shouts out to this suit. Hurrah. How are you feeling?
Perfect.
Really? Good. Andre P's in the house, he says good. Pumped for the show. Hey, nice, Andre P. D. Humphrey 214 says merch arrived today. It's amazing, of course. Hurrah! What merch did you get? Send us some pictures. Hey, yo, YouTube Hero Alex, we should have a channel on the Discord for people to post pictures of them in their merch. That would be cool. What up, Rachel Tracy says, looking very nice. Hey, thank you. What up, Roman Dubansky? Perfect. Serpent, Ryman, and Stealing. What's cracking, y'all? Happy Monday, everyone, says Rachel Tracy and Andre P. They all said Happy Monday. If I gotta play the Happy Mondays, would it be stupid not to? Yeah. Meaning Stream. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, City Belly, that's right. What up, Milkman Dan says, good day, fellow Maztecs. Glorious vibes to you all. Aren't they just? Nature is still ours. Shout out to Glenn Barnett getting in there early with our Superchat request. Yeah, we got you, baby. Yeah. Humble beat gardeners cultivating meaning. That's us. Yeah. It's a good day. Let's get it. Smash that like.
What happens is that the old fascination disappears, an echo remains. The old fascination disappears, an echo remains. The old fascination disappears, an echo remains, and you have, as it were, the vestige of mythology. The problem of our present age is to recreate the mythology for today on which people will live, on which the society will grow. It is being done. It's being done well. People aren't always looking in the right place for it, but
Akira.
it is taking shape. Our great artists,
Akira.
our great poets, our great scientists.
Perfect.
Erwin Schrödinger's little book, My View of the World. This is a vision of a poet and of a first-rate physical scientist. And it has the same song in it that one reads and hears in the old Upanishads and in the sayings of the great prophets. Nature is still ours.
It's still ours.
It is in us. It is in the universe.
Yeah. Nature is still ours.
Perfect.
It is in us. It is in the universe.
Secondary to that is the social situation.
Perfect.
Now, in our society, the social problem is turned over largely to the police and to Congress. It's a purely practical matter. However, the creatures that constitute the society, these are today the neighbor. They really are. The idea of a personal God living somehow, somewhere else, out there, there's no out there anymore. Up there, it's awfully difficult to validate. But it seems to me if one's looking for the personality of God, it's right here in the multitudinous personalities of those around us. Nature is still ours. It is in us. It is in the universe. You gotta get after it.
Hey. Nature is still ours. Is still ours.
Perfect.
It is in us. It is in the universe.
Everything I find in the poets and the scientists who push through to this mystery points not to the animals as our neighbors, not to the plant, not to the planet, but to the other one, the thou whom you face, who's not the thou you would want him to be. He's other.
Yeah.
And it's that recognition of otherness that is absolutely basic and necessary. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to give up your otherness in recognition of him. There may darn well be collision, but it's got to be collision with reverence and respect.
Make some noise for reverence and respect, baby. Come on, reverence and respect. I think we can all get behind those. Yo, they lacking a bit, but we can get behind them. What with us being a part of nature and all that. Yo. What's cracking with you all anyway? How are you doing, Walking Mall Poet? So shouts out to the poets. Yo, you would, huh? We got people talking about peaches. People talking about peaches. Ooh. Yeah, we got a lot of peaches by me. There's people selling peaches on the side of the road around here. Like literally, there's people on the side of the road selling peaches. We in peach country. Here in Driven Springs, Texas, that's hill country, aka peach country. They got mad peaches out here. Millions of peaches. Peaches for a fair fee. Millions of peaches. Peaches for thee and thou. Apparently they make good money selling those peaches too. A man said that to me. He said, hey, you can make good money selling peaches at roadside, you know. That's good eating. People around here love peaches. He said, people around here, people around these parts, they love to eat peaches. I said, I might just reconsider my whole career. I mean, I'm just a humble beet gardener, but I could be a humble peach farmer too, baby. You know, and I gotta say, man, I've been loving doing all this manual work in my big-ass Texas garage. I've been in my big-ass Texas garage sweating buckets, baby. Working that staple gun, working that handsaw, that circular saw, working that big-ass drill, that hammer drill, the Milwaukee hammer drill, and the Milwaukee circular saw. Pissed I couldn't find a Milwaukee staple gun. Not just a staple gun, bop, you know? That staple gun. I could fuck you up with the staple gun, I gotta say. You know, if you was trying to, you know, kidnap my wife, you know, or mess with my neighbor's peaches. If you was trying to mess with my neighbor's peaches and I happen to be in the vicinity, I could fuck you up with that staple gun. Pew, pew. Thing got range. Thing got heft. I've been banging that thing for days. My hands are raw. My hands is raw. They're also full of fiberglass. I had like 3 showers. I'm still full of fiberglass. Fiberglass is hardcore. But I'm building walls, you know? I'm building acoustic treated walls, giant panels. And I built 7 of them. 4 of them are complete. Now I ran out of material for the backs of them. I gotta get more material. I'm gonna go into a local town tomorrow called, what's it called? Bee something. Bee Cave? I think it's called Bee Cave. I hope there's a cave there with bees in it, you know? I really do. There better be a cave there with some bees in it. Oh my goodness. Come. But yeah, I'm gonna go there, baby, and I'm gonna buy some sheets. And I'll use those for the back of the acoustic wall panels. I'm gonna buy some metal brackets so I can affix them firmly to the wall in a civilized manner. I built some brackets today out of wood. They're very cool, but they add like a bit of bulk to the top and I want it to be more aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. These things are important. What up, Dan Frank? Said Akira the Don, I decided not to post the Joseph Campbell bootleg I made out of respect for your wish to officially release it yourself. I just keep it to enjoy myself. Hey, that's nice of you, Dan Frank. Dan Frank this morning was like, oh yeah, I'm putting out Akira the Don's unreleased Joseph Campbell album on my YouTube channel. I was like, don't do that, Dan Frank. That's not respect. You know what I mean? I play that for you people out of respect because I love y'all and I want y'all to hear it, you know? But at the same time, out of respect for the Joseph Campbell Foundation, I've not released it. Because they don't have the rights for me to release it, and it might cause them problems if it did get released. You know, we got to work out how to officially release it some way, somehow. And we will. We will, you know, and we will do this together. You know, we will build the clout. Clout intensifies. You know, we'll ramp up that clout. You got to ramp up the clout to undeniable levels. That's what you got to do, you dig? You got to get undeniable levels of clout. And then you can do what you want, you know? Freedom. They say that, you know, the purpose of wealth is freedom. Yeah, it's the same with clout, you know? The purpose of clout is freedom. To make whatever waves you want, baby. You know, to make whatever beautiful meaning waves you want. You know? Those who have everything, they get more everything. Those who have all the clout, more clout comes to them. And then more Joseph Campbell albums. Sampling the stuff that Netflix bought. You dig? Other good news today. In other good news. Hercules got a switch. Hurrah! Hurrah! Hey, Herky got a switch. Your boy Akira the Don, aka the father of Hercules, aka Wave Lord Zeus. Right, yeah, I was just on the Best Buy website pressing refresh for like a week. You can't get a switch, baby. I told you I went all over Texas. I went all over Texas, baby. I went to multiple GameStops. I went to a Target that was so big it was called Super Target. It's true, it's called Super Target. Hey, look, I got angel wings. Thought Trap the Dawn. Hey, what was I gonna say? You know, I went all over. Ain't nobody got a switch. Turns out that I just assumed everyone was getting after it in quarantine. You know, I thought everyone was taking this quarantine as an opportunity to, you know, start new businesses, swing kettlebells, you know, make themselves into an ultimate version of themselves, all that type of thing. No. They playing Switch. They playing on switches. They playing on switches, baby, to the point that there's no more switches. They just done bought all the switches. You can't get a switch for love nor money. You know what I mean? There ain't no switches, baby. I was like, where are all the switches at? They're like, oh, yeah, we are. They're like, just go immediately. You'd be like, people be queuing up to get the switches early in the morning. Yo, you know what people is doing? And people are making bots, right? And every time a new switch gets added to Best Buy, the bot buys it. You know, if you're on the, because the advice I got was just like, go on the Best Buy website. They seem to get like new ones every now and again. Just keep refreshing, you'll see one. So I was like, hey. Alright, cool, I'm gonna do this. And I was refreshing. I refreshed for about 4 minutes and one came up. I was like, oh shit, it works, you know. By the time I got it into my shopping cart, it had gone. It had gone, no more switch. They were like, that switch is gone. I was like, what you mean, it's in my shopping cart? You saying someone just came, like if you was in B&Q or whatever, right? If you was in the real Super Target in Austin, Texas, you know that one, the big one. If you was in there and you had a switch in your basket, right, and you was walking up to the counter, someone can't come along and take the switch out your basket. Like that's a cause for an open carry situation. You know what I mean? That's a cause for one of them things. Like you could get shot in aisle 3. You know what I mean? You could get that click clap blam in aisle 3. If you try to take someone's switch out of their shopping cart, and like also that's a cause for calling security, surely. You know what I mean? That's just against the rules. So why is it if I'm on Best Buy, right, some pirate bot can take my switch? Can take the switch from my son's mouth. I mean, you know, from you know what I'm saying. I don't understand why that's allowed. Anyway, but it is allowed, so that happens. And it just kept happening. Kept happening all day. Oh no, and that was the other side. I was like, hey, look, I got one. Hercules comes running in. He's all excited. Oh, you got one, Dad? Yeah. I was like, yeah, I found one on Best Buy. Boom, who's the best dad? Who's the king of dads? Pyum, pyum, pyum. Gets to the shopping cart. It's gone. Taken by some bot creature. Or possibly some other father doing the same thing. Fuck that guy. How dare he? You know, but anyway, so I just kept it up, you know, I kept refreshing. Pim. Days. I spent days refreshing Best Buy. And Hercules would be coming in. Did you find it, Dada? No, you should have seen him when he saw that it got stolen by a bot. He cried. He cried fat tears of sorrow. He's only 7, he doesn't know real loss. This is real loss to him. You know what I mean? He doesn't know real loss yet. He doesn't know real suffering yet. But he will. Ain't nothing I can do about that. You know, that's just inevitables. Inevitables of life. But you know what else is inevitable? Systems. Systems are inevitable. If you make it part of your system that every time you're doing anything on your computer, you got to go answer an email, you got to compose a tweet, you got to, you know, check a mix of a record, whatever you're doing. You also just take a little moment to refresh that Best Buy. Well, baby, you keep doing that every time you hit the computer after about 7 or 8 days, roughly. You'll hit that jackpot. I mean, I got so many of them in the basket, you know? Got so many of them in the basket. And then every time, I was like, I'm battling bots here. How can I be faster than a bot? You know, I started, like, practicing getting faster at clicking and how to, like, pew, get to that shopping cart. I was getting to that shopping cart in, like, 6 seconds. But anyway, yeah, I got there, baby. I got there in the end. That system got there. I got one. I flipping got one, baby, at the end of last week. And I didn't say shit. I didn't say nothing to that boy. I did not tell him. I didn't tell him. And afterwards, he'd come in occasionally and say, Dad, did you find one? I was like, I've been trying, boy. Don't you worry. I've been trying. I didn't lie to him. Don't ever lie to your boy. Nah, I said, I've been trying, boy. You trust your pops. Don't you worry about a thing. Systems beat goals, baby, every time. Every dance, every blessed time, baby. And they did. Discipline equals switches. Systems equals switches. I got so quick on that draw, baby. I got so quick on that pum. I beat the bots. I was reading articles about it. They're like, yeah, it's bots. Don't even bother trying. You're battling bots out there. Battling bots. I was like, fuck that, baby. I'm going to beat that bot. My son's going to get a goddamn switch. I've got blessed switch. A blessed switch for my boy. Yes, there will be a switch. And there is a switch now. It's in the house. He's playing Animal Crossing right now. Yes! He's in the Animal Crossing society. You know, he's a real boy. When I was a kid, we couldn't have no Nintendo for us. No, there was no Nintendo. I said, when I get big, I'm gonna get so wealthy and blessed that I can buy a Nintendo for my child. By Jove, I will, I said. Living in the future, baby. Living in the future. That boy's down there playing Animal Crossing. You should have seen how happy he was. He squealed. When he saw it, I didn't even tell. I said, he was like trying to get me to play Roblox with him. I can't play that game. I can't work the controls. And it's too ugly. I like beauty. I can't play ugly games. Roblox is ugly. But yo, you know, so I was like, all right. And he was asking his mum, and she was working. I called him down and said, Huggy. He's like, what? I was like, you know you were sad that we couldn't play Roblox with you. He's like, yeah. I was like, well, maybe there's something we can all play together in this room right now. He looked around. A little glint in his eye, looked around. There it was in the fireplace, a switch. He thought he was dreaming, he couldn't believe it. He just fell down on the floor in silence. Then he got up and squealed. Yeah. That's right, baby. Discipline equals freedom. Systems own goals. Bots can't be beaten. You can't beat the bots. So when people go like, oh yeah, people worrying about this AI future and all that, shit, I ain't worried about a thing. I'll take all them AIs on. And their armies of robot cheaters. All that thing. I will take them all. Shabba. Whoa. The vast majority. Whoa. Make some noise, baby. Make some noise for discipline. Make some noise for systems. Make some noise for perseverance. Nothing wants to stand in the way of something that is, you know, the dawn. Immovable force meet bot. Unstoppable force meet bot. Yeah. You know, that's the thing. Those bots, baby, those robots, them AIs and that, you know what I mean? There's something, baby. A mother's love for her child. That's some savage, ferocious shit. That's some terrifying shit. You don't want to get between no mama and her child, right? And a father, and getting his son a switch. You can't fuck with that neither. You can't, Mr. Bot. You ain't got that. Love my family, truth and justice. You dig? That's just some powerful shit, baby. That shit could collapse a star. That's that shit that could tear a hole in the universe.
Akira. He's got clout.
Yeah. Love my family. 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 Truth and justice. 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 Yeah!
My brother Severus. It was through him I encountered Thracia, Ovidius, Cato, Dion, Brutus, and conceived of a society of equal laws governed by equality of status and of speech.
and of rulers who respect the liberty of their subjects above all else. And from him as well to be steady and consistent in valuing philosophy, and to help others, and be eager to share, not be a pessimist, never to doubt your friend's affection for you. And when he incurred his disapproval, they always knew it, they always knew it, and that his friends never had to speculate about his attitude to anything. It was always clear to love my family, truth and justice, 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 love my family, to help others and be good to share, to help others and be good to share, to help others and be good to share, to help others and be good to share. Yeah. Maximus, self-control and resistance to distractions, optimism in adversity, especially illness, a personality in balance, dignity and grace together. Getting that switch without whining. Yeah! Other people's certainty that what he said was what he thought, and what he did was done without malice. Yow. Never taken aback or apprehensive, neither rash or hesitant, or bewildered, or at a loss. Not obsequious, but not aggressive or paranoid either. Generosity, charity, honesty, the sense he gave of staying on the path, not being kept on it, that no one could have ever felt patronized by, or in a position to patronize him. A sense of humor. Wow. Love my family, truth and justice. 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 Yeah. To help others and be good to share. 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 Yeah. What up, though? That one's for Landon Foster. Said, can we get some Marcus Aurelius tonight? Much love, my newly Texan Don. Much love to you, baby. Make some noise for Marcus Aurelius. Love my family. Love my family. Love my family. Love my family, ay, love my family, truth, justice, love my family, truth, justice, love that family, yeah. Oh, them wave emojis. All of them, baby. Let's do the international high five. Let's get that cracking. Tell me where you came from tonight to get right here to the beautiful city of Mass. These hallowed walls, this beautiful place. You know what I mean? Ooh, the beautiful city of the M-A-Z. I'm glad you're here, you know? I'm glad I'm here. It's just so nice. But yeah, tell me where you came from to get here, and tell me something that you'd go above and beyond for, baby. What would you go above and beyond for? Martin Potter 21 said, the last of the good emperors. Ooh. YouTube hero Alex, he's out there yeeting. Well, I was going to tell you, baby, you know, YouTube hero Alex, he's armed with the hammer, the ban hammer of truth, and the yeeting trebuchet of justice. That's what they call truth and justice. So it makes sense that your boy YouTube hero Alex was wielding those weapons powerfully during that song. Quite right too. And JP says nothing wrong with bots to keep server population up. I ain't got nothing against bots. I love them bots. I welcome our bot homies, but I ain't scared of no bot. You know what I mean? I'm like Peter Venkman with relation to his attitude to the paranormal, you know? I ain't afraid of no bot. You know? I ain't afraid of no bot. Ooh. Yeah. D Humphrey 214 says, why is the epic Elon hoodie that accompanies this track not in the store. There's an Elon hoodie I own. The shirt was cash made and they sent it with me. Shouts out to Shirt Was Cash. And the only reason that the artwork for the Elon album isn't on a hoodie yet is just because it's not on a hoodie yet. There's lots of stuff to be added to the shop, you know? There's lots of merch incoming, and that's one of the things that's incoming. There's, you can get a t-shirt of that beautiful artwork by Phase. The art is by Phase, you know? And, that's just coming. That's just the thing that's coming, you know? You always let us know if you want something, baby, we'll try to make that happen. We will do our very best. We got Ego, Cognis in the house, Little Rock, after marching through the hell of sadness and despair. Hey, what's up, baby? Well done. Druff 4-2, Philly for freedom. Yeah. Rand Truman would go above and beyond for enlightenment. Yeah. Nick Rico says you guys get it. Yo, baby, real recognize real, you know. You know how we do. Landon Foster says yeet the fleet. Cosmic Kangaroo Australia would go above and beyond to secure the future of the Cosmic Kangaroo dynasty itself. Yes. You got it, baby. Family first. Dynasty over everything. Walking Mile Poet, soaring over the mountains for Virginia, and I am going above everything for my dream and my wife. Yeah, you Batman. Nice one to you. Who we got? Robert Easley coming to Mass from Chicago. And go above and beyond for my family. Jazz out to Chicago, the #1 Meaning Wave town in the world. There's more people listening to Meaning Wave in Chicago than any other city on earth. Miss Superconductor, I would go above and beyond everything for my hubby. And for my family and friends, I'm an above and beyond kind of gal. You know, that's the kind of girls we like around here, baby. That's the kind of gals that we celebrate here in the MAZ. Sudrataj, squats on the back patio, make my family happy. Samuel Morris, if you don't make hoodies, there's no hoodies. That's just facts. Speaking of which, YouTube Hero Alex would like to point out that the new Get That Good Feeling merch drop, Get That Good Feeling merch, is in the store now. It includes shorts and a zip-up hoodie. You know, we doing it. Glenn Barnett came from Mile High, going above and beyond, so we blessed with the ability to practice meditation in an epic Zen garden forest in the backyard. Blessings on blessings on blessings, my guy. Just chilling by that fish tank. D. Humphrey 214 in the Maz by way of Dirty Jersey. My daughter wants it. That track is a permanent piece of the family playlist. Nice. We got Aldous Massey in the house at the Maz from Sydney, Australia, going above and beyond for C. Parler. Go check out C. Parler if you've not already seen Parler. Type SEEPALA into your searching device and get ready to be enchanted. Enchanted. Follow Aldous Massey on Instagram as well. He's one of my favorite things on there. What up, Ego Cognis? What up, LH? Yeah, I think you're right. Sure, Rhino, what's cracking? God bless all of y'all. Sigmund Wong, above and beyond for my family. Chief Justice, knowledge. That's right. Savage and chill. Here's starting to go the distance for myself. I love my relatives and I want to live the comfortable life that they expect of me, though. They want me to be safe. I want to be free. Safe is not free. Safe is the opposite of free. Safe is also the opposite of useful. Safe is the enemy of progress. Safe is the enemy of invention. Safe is the enemy of beauty. Safe is the enemy of glory. Yeah, dig. We don't fuck with that. Let's get it. Let's get that international high five before we get rid of that Deadwood. Yo, I gotta get me one of those microphones that straps on my face like what Madonna had in the 80s, you know? Then I could move so freely. I could be real free then, you know? Although it did look a bit creepy. Yo, cock back, baby. 3, 2, 1.
should move forward? What
Yeah,
should
baby,
move
this one's for
forward
Glenn Bonnet. What's up, my guy?
and what should be let go as if it's dead wood? The more dead wood that you let go of and burn off when you have the opportunity, the less it accretes around you. Dead wood. Dead wood. Dead wood. Dead wood. Here's something interesting about forest fires. People have been trying to prevent forest fires for a long time. It's because forest fires burn up the forest, and that can't be good. But here's what happens if you don't let forest fires burn. Forests collect a lot of dry branches, right? Because tree branches die and wood falls on the forest floor and collects. The amount of flammable material keeps increasing with time. And that's not so bad if it's wet, but if the amount of flammable material is increasing and it gets really dry, and then it burns, then you have a real problem. The forest fire can burn so hot that it burns the topsoil right off, in which case you don't have a forest at all anymore, you just have a desert. Dead wood. Dead wood. Deadwood. Deadwood. Lots of trees are evolved to withstand forest fires of a certain intensity, and some won't even release their seeds unless there's been a fire. And so a little bit of fire at the right time can stop everything from burning to the ground. And that's also a really useful insight, a metaphorical insight into the nature of sacrifice, right? It's also a lot easier to let go of something when you're deciding to let go of it, because you've decided yourself that you're done with that. It's a weak part of you. It needs to disappear. You do that yourself, it's much better and much easier than it is if it's taken away from you forcibly, in which case you're very much likely to fight it. Dead wood. Deadwood. 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 As you elevate your aim, you create a judge at the same time. The new ideal, which is an ideal you, that becomes a judge, because it's above you. The judge tells you what's useless about yourself, and then you can dispense with it. And you want to keep doing that, and then every time you make a judge that's more elevated, then there's more useless you that has to be dispensed with. And then if you create an ultimate judge, which is what the archetypal imagination of humankind has done, say, with the figure of Christ, you have a judge that says, get rid of everything about yourself. It isn't perfect. Deadwood.
Perfect.
Deadwood.
You gotta get after it.
Deadwood. Deadwood. It's a phoenix-like process, right? You're shedding all those elements of you that are no longer worthy of the pursuits that you're valuing. And then I would say the idea here is that as you do that, you shape yourself ever more precisely into something that can withstand the tragedy of life and that can act as a beacon to the world. That's the right way of thinking about it. Maybe first to your friends and then to your family. It's like it's a hell of a fine ambition, and there's no reason that it can't happen. You know, every one of you knows people who are really bloody useful in a crisis, and people that you admire, right? You can think of all those people as partial incarnations of the archetypal Messiah. That's exactly right. Deadwood.
Perfect.
Deadwood. Deadwood.
Shakalaka. Shakalaka.
Deadwood. And the more that manifests itself in any given person, then the more generally useful and admirable that person is in a multitude of situations. And we don't know the limit to that.
Perfect.
Yo, make some noise for the upper limits of that, wherever they may be. Wherever they may be, we gonna find out, baby. We gonna find out. How we gonna find out? Easy, just do something.
I don't know about that.
What?
Some of them maybe,
What are you talking about now?
but I think some of them just don't have discipline.
Who? Oh, those fathers trying to get switches for their kids.
You're not used to doing it. It's not a part of your life.
That's
It's not
right.
something that you're accustomed to pushing yourself.
No.
There's been many days where I didn't want to work out. I just didn't feel like I had the energy, and I just forced myself. And I think there's very few people out there that know how to force themselves. That's a learned skill.
Akira.
You have to have like real rigid requirements of yourself where you don't allow yourself to back out of things.
Akira.
Just go, do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Yeah. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Excuses are a giant part of the problem. It's not simply a physical health issue. There's also mental aspects of it, and discipline's a big one. I just know way too many people who are weak mentally. I can't just chalk it off to only the way they physically feel. Because I felt like shit 100 times, and then I worked out, and then I felt way better. It's just a fact of life. That's real.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
People don't know how to do that.
something.
If you're used to doing that, get in your car, sit down, drive to the office, sit down, go to the lunch, sit down, go to the board meeting, sit down, get in your car,
Sit down.
get home,
Sit down.
then go to the gym. Fuck off. It's one thing if someone has a legit physical issue, but there's a lot of people who do not. They just have poor diet choices, they have sedentary lifestyle, and they have the momentum of this sedentary lifestyle that's holding them back. They're accustomed to being lazy.
Perfect.
You don't have to do a lot, you just have to do something. You walk up hills, you jump a little rope, you take a little tiny kettlebell, you do a couple cleans and presses, you do a few push-ups, you do a few sit-ups, you get your blood pumping, you're moving, you're alive. To say you don't have enough energy to exercise, that is crazy to say. Can you walk to the fucking refrigerator? Well, you can exercise.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
You don't have to do anything crazy. Just walk around the block. There's 80-year-old ladies who take yoga with me. They're fucking really old. And they're in there. They're going after it. They could easily say, I don't have the energy to do that. But they don't. It's a mental attitude. They make a decision. To kill yourself, you don't have to go to a CrossFit class and try to do the workout of the day. You don't have to go nuts. You don't have to do that. But you have to do something. Just get your blood moving. Your body has requirements. It wants to move. It wants to move. And when it does, you feel better. But people like to give themselves this excuse. I do not have the energy to do this. Whatever. And if you decide that, that's true. But if you watch a motivational video, there's 100 of them on YouTube. Thousands of them. You go watch one, you get fired up, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna jump some rope. You jump some rope, do something, do some push-ups, do something, you feel better.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do
Do something. Do something.
We have fucked up lifestyles. The human body is not designed to sit down all day, and it's certainly not designed to be stuck in traffic and be in an office and just be in front of a fucking computer monitor watching your soul get sucked through the LCD screen. It's crazy. We gotta be really careful with just the way we describe things. It's like to say, I don't have the energy to do something. Fuck off. Stop.
Stop! Stop! What up, Ego Cognis? Said I already worked out today and Akira got me doing jumping jacks. Boy! Yeah, you better get after it. You better get after it. Who went to the fridge? I just saw someone go to the fridge, I swear. Alistair. I think I might walk to the refrigerator. Get after it. Get after it.
Get after it. You gotta get after it.
Walking Mole Poet says, I think about those 80-year-old ladies whenever I whine about my run. I think about them too often.
Perfect.
I got a visual image of them and everything. I got like cartoon versions of them in my head. I see them. These old ladies doing that hot yoga shit. Like, you know what I mean? Same thing. They just pop up if ever I'm like being a bitch. Them old ladies just pop up and give me that funny look, you know? They look at me all disappointed. Just disappointed. The old lady, the cartoon old lady's looking at you disappointed. You don't want that. I told all y'all before. You know what I mean? Pick some angels. You know, like in the cartoons back in the day, they always had like, you know, you have the angel pop up at the shoulder. You got the good angel, the bad angel. I'd be like, pick your own angels, man. Get your own ones. I got Jocko. I got Goggins. I got a bunch of them, you know. I got this guy right here. This guy just laughs. That's this guy, right? Hi. You know, then I got the other guy. That guy.
Get after it.
That one too, you know. I got a bunch of these. Motherfuckers. However, you know, I got a one, I'll be like, oh, wait. This one here, he goes,
You gotta get after it.
I go, oh, yeah, cool. All right, sweet, nice. But I also got these old ladies. They've become like angels that haunt me, you know? David Ewing says like the old ladies that embarrass JBP. Right, same. Maybe it's the same ones.
Flies.
It's these old ladies that lurk around places where men are doing physical shit.
Embroideries.
Just to like fuck with them, you know? Okay, shouts out to the old ladies all day. Shouts out to the old ladies. Blessed be. What up, Brent Struman?
The web is a trap. Like the spider's web is a trap for flies. Also, the lovely embroideries are worn by women as traps for men. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. And I want to consider the web as something playful. You see, there are so many ways of looking at it. And you will find that all these ways are right, but what we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. Of the view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. There are people, for example, who can see the web as a trap and get stuck with that. There are people to whom existence is simply hateful. But a ghastly mistake. The Lord really erred when he created this world, because he arranged it in such a way that everything lives by eating something else. And what I'm doing is I'm describing a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. I'm not exactly philosophizing, I'm describing a point of view. You can look at life in such a way that the whole thing is this ghastly mistake. For example, there is no such thing as genuine kindness. or love. Everybody is really pretending that they're loving other people in order to get some advantage from them. And indeed, there is a point of view which occurs in certain forms of paranoia where people don't seem to be real. They are mechanisms. And you can think that out quite intensely with a good deal of intelligence. After all, if you start from a good old Darwinian or Freudian basis and see that man is a material machine and that the consciousness of man is simply a very involved and complicated form of chemistry, well, then this awful mechanical things, these Frankenstein that everybody is, they come around and they say, well, I'm alive. I'm a human being. I have a heart. I love, I hate, I have problems. I feel. And you feel like saying, come off it. You're just a monster. And you put on the civilized act because really you're just a set of teeth on the end of a tube. What we need is the fullness of the view from a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view from a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view from a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view from a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. Hey! You've got a ganglion behind those teeth, which you call your brain or your alleged mind. And this thing is really basically there for two purposes. One, to be cunning enough to get something to eat, to put down the tube, and the other, you know what, Mr. Freud, libido. And everything else, you see, can be construed as an elaborate, subtle way of pretending that that's not really what you want to do. But you do. But you put on a great show. Now, some people, according to this view, get mixed up. They so repress that what they really want to do is to eat and to screw. They get involved in higher things that are the masks for these activities and think that that's the real purpose of life. And then they become what's called neurotic. Because they get involved in being pure camouflage. That's what's called escaping from the facts. Not looking at life, not looking at reality correctly.
Yeah! Good news, baby! Chris Champagne is here with some good news. He says, I transcend, I flow, I am the ocean, I vibrate. Behold the sound of a living wave. Actually, Paul Masvidal said that, but Chris Champagne said it again. And Chris Champagne added the really important bit, which was this.
MEANINGWAVE exists!
That's right. That's right, Chris Champagne, you smart. God bless you. God bless you, Alistair Cochrane. Cochrane. C-O-C-H in Welsh. That means red. Koch. That means red. And your super chat is red. Because you just rained down $100. 100 pounds. Oh shoot, you in the UK. That's crazy. Cochrane. The red rain. Shouts out to you, baby. Says, thank you, Akira, for MEANINGWAVE. I think Alan Watts would have loved it. Never stop. Boom! How could I? How could I ever stop? And bad motherfuckers like you in the place. Shit. Bless your soul, baby. Appreciate you. Maybe. Could be. Possible. Maybe. Could be. Possible. Yeah, dig. Hey, guess what? Guess what came in the mail today? We just listened to some Alan Watts from that Watts Wave 6, The Web of Life Part 2. What came in the mail today? Test pressings for the vinyl, baby. It's the vinyl countdown. Test pressings for the vinyl arrived, baby. They arrived today. So we'll be testing those pressings. And if those pressings are to our liking, that means we press go on a big button that says, press that vinyl. And then that's it, baby. Here's the thing. Actually, because we've got the test pressings, that's real, right? You know what that means? Physical meaning wave exists! Physical meaning wave exists! Thanks to you. Thanks to you, baby. Physical meaning wave exists. It's sitting on a box downstairs. It's physical, it's meaning wave. We're gonna listen to it. We're gonna make sure it's wavy. We're gonna make sure it's appropriately great for your ears. And that's very exciting. Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'm very excited. I might stream that. I'd have to get the record player in here where the streaming stuff is. Next door, the studio is completely unplugged right now because I'm installing wall panels. So, it would have to be. I need a bigger DJ desk. I'm looking forward to getting real good at this handyman stuff and building myself epic furniture. I already built my wife a desk. You should see it. And I've built some giant acoustic panels. Today I built like a system with which to hang them using pieces of wood. I'm getting very handy, baby. I'm getting very, very handy out here. Shouts out to Michael Parlow. It says someone just fired a gun close to you. Look after yourself, baby. Hey, hey, hey. Andrew Kamarami, can we listen to it on stream? Well, like the whole record. Should just play the vinyl record on stream and then we can test it. That's not actually a terrible idea. That's not a bad idea, Andrew Kamarami. It's a pretty good idea. Hey, that's a good idea. The only thing we couldn't play is the 7-inch, because the B-side of the 7-inch is an exclusive surprise for people who back that campaign. And also happens to be the best Watts Wave song. What up, Show Rhino says oppression is being held down. Depression is holding yourself down. You strong enough? Maybe. Could be. Oh! Yeah, you are, though. You know you are. What you gonna do with that power inside you? Yeah, well, anyway, in honor of Alistair Cochrane, you say it in Welsh, you say Koch, like that, Koch. It's a beautiful language, Welsh. But in honor of that, let's bust out something from the vaults. Let's bust out a little exclusively. A little unreleasedy. Keep the bootleg gods happy.
These stories of mythology are simply trying to express a truth that can't be grasped any other way.
Well, I'll be damned.
It's the edge, the interface between what can be known and what is never to be discovered because it is a mystery transcendent of all human research. The source of life. What is it? No one knows. It's important to live life with a knowledge of its mystery and of your own mystery. And it gives life a new zest, a new balance, a new harmony to do this. What is it that life is? I find thinking in mythological terms has helped people visibly. It erases anxieties, puts them in accord with the inevitables of their life. and they can see the positive values of what, the negative aspects of what is positive. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent or yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent or yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent, yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent, yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. Dragons represent greed, really. The European dragon guards things in his cave. And what he guards are heaps of gold and virgins. He can't make use of either of them, but he just guards. There's no vitality of experience, either of the value of the gold or of the female whom he's guarding there. Psychologically, the dragon is one's own binding of oneself to one's ego, and you're captured in your own dragon cage.
Perfect.
The power of the psychiatrist is to break that dragon, open him up, so that you can have a larger field of relationships. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent or yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent or yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. Whether you're going to say no to the serpent, yes to the serpent.
Yeah.
It's easy as that. No to the serpent, yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive,
of living.
The real dragon is in you. That's your ego holding you in. What I want, what I believe, what I can do, what I think I love, and all that. What I regard as the aim of my life and so forth. It might be too small. It might be that which pins you down. And if it's simply that of doing what the environment tells you to do, it certainly is pinning you down. And so the environment is your dragon as it reflects within yourself. As it reflects within yourself. As it reflects. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent or yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent or yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. Whether you're going to say no to the serpent, yes to the serpent.
Yes, it's whether you're gonna say no
to the serpent, yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive. It's whether you're going to say no to the serpent or yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent or yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living. Whether you're going to say no to the serpent, yes to the serpent. It's easy as that. No to the serpent, yes to the serpent. The adventure of being alive, of living.
There's a myth. There is in the beginning the divine bird which lays the egg of the world. And the egg splits. And the upper is the heavens and the lower is the earth. So when the worlds are manifested, the Lord breathing out says, hung. And when the worlds are withdrawn, the breath comes back.
Sound of the waves. Sound of the waves. Sound of the waves. Sound of the waves.
But if you say hung, sa, hung, sa, hung, sa, hung, it becomes sa, hung, sa, sa, ahung. That means, sa means that, the truth, ahung, I am that. Imagine when we get to the final moment in which the world is blown up. Imagine the countdown. This is the end. Somebody's pushed the button. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sound of the waves. Sound of the waves. Sound of the waves.
can sit and listen to the little waves on the seashore. And you get back here into this kind of thinking and you're hearing the ocean of the universe going. And that's your breathing too. It's all one rhythm. So it may be that every star was once a planet populated by intelligent people who found out about the fundamental energy of the universe, blew themselves up. And as they blew up, they scattered all kinds of stuff out, which became little planets. Which in a long time, life started all over again.
Sound of the wave. 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 Sound of the wave.
What are you listening to?
Sound of the wave. Sound of the wave. Sound of the waves. Ah. Yeah, baby, come on. Come on, party people. Smile at your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Yeah, who was that for? Someone asked for that. That was LH. What up, baby? That was for you. That was for you. And this next one is for everyone who's a real eager to get after it, baby. This goes out to all my energetic psychonauts. If you're picking up rocks and tripping your dick off, this one's for you, baby. Yeah.
Whoa. The idea, the big one, is the stoned ape theory. Terence McKenna's theory was the reason why the human brain size doubled over a period of 2 million years, and he equates it to the time where the climate changed and rainforests receded into grasslands. These monkeys climbed down from trees, started experimenting with new food sources. They would flip over cow patties to find like bugs and beetles and shit. When they saw mushrooms growing on the cow patties, certain groups of these monkeys started eating these mushrooms. Two things happened. One, it increased their visual acuity and made them be able to see much better. And then the other thing that happened is it made them horny. So here you have these better hunters, they can see things better. They can throw things and they're more accurate. And then they're horny, so they're gonna fuck. And then, of course, if they're eating plates of these fucking things, they're gonna have psychedelic experiences. And if you're a monkey, maybe, if you have psychedelic experiences every day, it's like a force-fed evolution thing. It's like a force-fed evolution thing. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Monkeys in space. Hey, if we figure out eventually we are all one thing, these spores are all like, they can go in a vacuum in space. They can travel in extreme cold and extreme heat. They can absorb radiation and not get damaged. And they can travel from other planets. Like if a meteor hits, a chunk of this planet can get knocked off, gets sent flying into space, and it lands on another planet. And those spores get to give birth on this planet and just communicate with all the animals that are here. When you have a DMT trip, it feels like communication with intent, but with no words. I understand exactly what you're saying, but I understand it more as a wave. It's like a very clear and obvious wave of information. One of the times I had this DMT trip, the DMT things, they always say a bunch of the same things. Relax and don't give in to astonishment. But they're not using words. That's the next shit, man. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. To look at this, they're starting to back up, to look up at the sky. They're starting to look to the left and look to the right and go, whoa, what the fuck is this? What is this thing we're doing here? Because this isn't just, we're living life. In the beginning, Bob was a baby. Bob went to high school, then college. He played a bit of football before settling down with his... No. That's just shit we made up to make ourselves feel more comfortable. I mean, those events are actually taking place. Bob is going to school, but that doesn't mean shit, okay? What really means something is we're flying through the fucking universe. Flying through the fucking universe. We're in space. We are in a ship. It's an organic ship. We're not on the ground. We're not on the ground. We're flying. I'm afraid to be in space in a spaceship. You're on a spaceship right now. It's just fucking huge. It's a 24,000 mile across spaceship. Okay, it's a spaceship. That's what it is. Okay, it's a spaceship. We're not grounded. It's not like the universe is a solid mass and we're sitting on it. We're flying. We are right now hurling and we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour around a massive nuclear explosion. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Psychedelic experiences every day. Monkeys in space. Monkeys in space.
Yo! Did you notice? I didn't even notice till the end there. That's actually unplanned. The monkeys in tune with and in rhythm with the chorus. That's crazy. How'd they do that? How did they know to do that? Those monkeys. Yo, that's a record called Monkeys in Space. Akira the Don and Joe Rogan. That's from the forthcoming Akira the Don and Joe Rogan album. Yeah, it is. How exciting. A whole album of bangers of that level of ridiculous bangerdom. Come on. What up, Prince Shabrika's XV says, shouts out to you, Akira, and my beau, Z-World. What up, Z-World? Yeah, what up, Luke says, how's the vinyl coming? Did you just get here? We were talking about that 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. We might stream it tomorrow, because today the test pressings arrived, my guy. Oh. Oh.
We've discussed the web from 3 points of view. As an analogy of the selective operation of our senses and mind, whereby certain things in the world are picked out as significant
according to certain game rules.
The game that we are playing mostly is the survival game. That is to say, the game ought to go on. The way we play the survival game has a kind of element in it which makes it difficult, because we tend to say the first rule of this game is that it's serious. And that messes the whole thing up. So you have to watch out, in other words, when you play, for contradictory game rules, self-contradictory game rules. Because if you get mixed up into them, the game ceases to be worth the candle. You start straining at doing something, then it just isn't worth it. Then the second thing that we observed was the web as an analogy of mutual interdependence. We could call it the idea that all existence is relative, that all existence is transaction, the transaction being typically exemplified by, say, the operation of buying and selling, in which there can be no buying without somebody selling, and there can be no selling without somebody else buying. That kind of interdependence, of the inside going together with the outside. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Then we explored the web as a trap. The spider's web. Won't you come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. And we saw what would look at all of life from the point of view that it is original selfishness and original hunger. And we found that if you take that point of view to its ultimate extreme, it dissolves. And it isn't so bad after all. Shakespeare says, it is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. When it's put that way, it doesn't seem so bad after all. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. What is in you going together with what is outside you is absolutely fundamental to existence. It is existence. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. Existence is relativity. I remember that I had a Zen master friend who wrote a letter to a friend of mine which was passed on to me. This friend of mine was aspiring to be a writer, and he was trying to write novels that would put across Buddhism to people. Sugar the pill. And my Zen master friend didn't approve of this at all. He said, don't write any story to people. Write it to the great sky. Because all the real masters of literature, especially novelists and storytellers, are great masters of nonsense. Think of Lewis Carroll. You can use Lewis Carroll, and he did use Alice in Wonderland, as a Zen textbook. 'Twas brillig and the slithy toes that gyre and gimble in the wave. That's Zen. I had a discussion with a great master in Japan. We were talking about the various people who are working to translate the Zen books into English. He said, that's a waste of time. If you really understand Zen, he said, you can use any book. You could use the Bible. You could use Alice in Wonderland. You could use the dictionary. Because, he said, the sound of the rain needs no translation.
No translation.
Sound of the rain.
Sound of
needs
the
no
rain.
translation.
Needs no translation.
The sound of the rain.
Sound of
needs
the
no
rain.
translation.
Needs no translation.
The sound of the rain.
Sound of
needs
the
no
rain.
translation.
Needs no translation. The sound of the rain. The sound of the rain. The sound of the rain, 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 the sound.
So what does the rain say? Evening rain. It is the banana leaf that speaks of it first. You see, that's the point. And all the talk in the world doesn't get it unless you listen to the talk in a new way. The sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation.
The sound of the rain needs no translation. The sound of the rain needs no translation.
Yo, emotional scenes on the meaning stream. That's the sound of the rain needs no translation from What's Wave 6 to Web of Life Part 2. Coming soon to a record player near you. Woo! Yo. I remember making that song, baby. I was so happy. I was simultaneously, I kept crying and shit. It was so perfect. It was so perfect. I was like, oh man, could I really make like a lo-fi, classic lo-fi record that turns into like an almost post-rock, like ballad anthem thing, like I've always wanted to do. Oh sweet, I can. So cool. I still can't believe those monkeys are in tune. Now here's the thing, right? Yeah, it's baffling. I'm gonna have to go back into the project when I made that beat originally, because there's me making monkey sounds on there, and there's the monkeys, and you can tell which is which. And it's the monkeys that are the ones that are in tune. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to have a look. Yeah, shouts out to the visually impaired person who hit the wrong like button. There's 2 like buttons. One of them's good, and one of them's that's for people who are visually impaired. This is for you. That last one was for Mike B, by the way. Shouts out to Mike B.
Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Do not do things that you hate. Act so that you can tell the truth about how you act. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. If you have to choose, be the one who does things instead of the one who is seen to do things. Pay attention. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something you need to know. Listen to them hard enough so that they will share it with you. Plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationships.
Yeah.
Be careful who you share good news with.
Be careful who you share bad news with. Yeah.
Make at least one thing better
every single place you go. Imagine who you could be, and then aim single-mindedly at that.
Do not allow yourself to become arrogant or resentful. Try to make one room in your house as beautiful as possible. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Work as hard as you possibly can on at least one thing.
MEANINGWAVE.
And see what happens.
MEANINGWAVE. Hey!
If old memories still make you cry, write them down.
Write them down.
Carefully and completely.
Hey.
Maintain your connections with people. Do not carelessly denigrate social institutions or artistic achievement.
MEANINGWAVE.
Treat yourself as if you were someone that you are responsible for helping.
Which you are.
Ask someone to do you a small favor so that he or she can ask you to do one in the future.
Persuasion rule number 3.
Make friends with people who want the best for you. Do not try to rescue someone who does not want to be rescued.
Don't save it.
And be very careful about rescuing someone who does.
Someone who does.
Nothing well done is insignificant. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Dress like the person you want to be. Be precise in your speech. Stand up straight. Stand up straight. With your shoulders back. Don't avoid something frightening if it stands in your way. But don't do unnecessarily dangerous things. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Do not transform your wife into a maid. Do not hide unwanted things in the fog. Notice that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. Read something written by someone great. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding.
Yeah!
Don't let bullies
Get away with it.
write a letter to the government. You see something that needs fixing and propose a solution. Remember that what you do not yet know is more important than what you already know. Be grateful. In spite of your suffering.
Carry the news. All the young dudes carry the news. All the young dudes carry the news. I'll see you when you get there. If you ever get there, I'll see you when you get there. Oh, I'll see you when you get there. If you ever get there, I'll see you when you get there. Yo, come on. Come on, party people, smile at your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. LH said, I feel like a sermon of 42 rules would do our spirits some good. I think you're smart. I think you're right. I think you were correct. What a Carolyn H says, I shampooed my cat today. She's pissed off at me. Druff42 says, I guess I'll see you when you see me. I see you where you see me. Is that a Riff Raff reference or is that something else? I'll take it. I'll take it. Charles Richards says, Mott the Hoople, one of the greatest bands ever. That song was written by David Bowie, but that does not diminish the songwriting prowess of your boy Ian from Mott. Saturday Kids, all that, baby. Brian Pivar Piva. Hey, I remembered. Brian, did you see Elon's speech yesterday? No, didn't. Can someone drop that in the Discord and put an at me? Drop it in the Discord and at me, because I'll forget. Because I want to see that. That sounds hype. We're going to go to the moon. We're going to have a base on the moon. We're going to send people to Mars and make Sea Life planetary. This day heralds a new age of space exploration. How did I miss that? What was I doing yesterday? I was getting after it, I guess. I was getting after it. Ian Dury. Anyway. Somebody asked for this. Ian Hunter. That was it. Ian Hunter. What a guy.
Pacing, leading, I've talked about. That's just matching somebody until they feel comfortable with you, and then you can lead them. And then you can lead them. And then you can lead them. People can be very influenced by aspirations. This is another way to refer to the high ground maneuver. The high ground maneuver is essentially you challenge somebody to be a better version of themselves. Sort of the Jesus method, right? You know, it's not tell you you must do something or you'll die. That's fear. Aspiration is, don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Don't you want to be the person who sees the big picture? Association. You know that any quality of one thing rubs off on the other. If you want somebody to like something, pair it with something else they like. Already.
Wow.
The likability of one thing will rub off on another, but also the unlikability. So for example, if you have a TV show, let's say the news, and you have commercials that are really unpleasant, eventually the unpleasantness bleeds into the show, and it would be better if you associated only things that were positive. So learning to associate only with positive things, one of the most important user interface rules of reality. Of reality. Of reality.
Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Don't you want to be the person who sees the big picture? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Don't you want to be the better version of yourself?
Hey.
Don't you want to be the person who sees the big picture? Very, very important button. Very, very important button. Very, very important button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very important button.
Draft 42. What an excellent choice. What an excellent choice, if I do say so myself. That was Akira the Donut, Scott Adams. Don't you want it? From last month's album.
I encounter self-transforming elf machines, which are creatures, entities, perhaps, although they're not made out of matter. They're made out of syntax driving light. It's one of the most challenging parts of the whole psychedelic landscape. Most people can accept the idea of disordered sensory input, recovery of traumatic memory material, but what are we to do with an elf? What are we to do with an elf? What are we to do with an elf? You know, that becomes a little harder to contextualize in psychoanalytic theory, although Jung did a good job when he said autonomous elements can escape from the psyche's control and present themselves as independent entities. I'm not sure he's ever seen a self-transforming elf machine. It's the defining characteristic of the true DMT flash. I mean, it is not subtle. These things mob you like badly trained Rottweilers. They come bounding forward by the dozens, by the hundred. They jump into your body. They jump out of your body. I mean, it maps to some degree over the archetype of the little people, the leprechaun, the fae, and being Irish and being Jungian. I'm willing to entertain, maybe I have a special relationship to this stuff. But then in the Amazon, the people using DMT that I studied, the reason they did it, they said, was to speak with the little people. Was to speak with the little people. What are we to do with an elf? 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 What puzzles me about my contacts with these beings, it conforms to, let's say, the Irish model. They are small, full of merriment, almost to a manic and frightening level. It's sort of like a Bugs Bunny cartoon gone berserk. They are friendly, but play rough. It's a land of explosions and falling anvils. The overwhelming feeling is love, this kind of crazy, childish affection. And they're delighted to have me in their presence. These entities have an agenda. It's a very curious agenda. They use a language which you see. It is made out of sound, but you see it. And the entire point of the encounter seems to be to teach you to do this. They want you to transform your language. They want you to speak elfish. What? If you've never done DMT and you just smoked it and you're 30 seconds into this experience and this is what it's come down to, what are we to do with an elf? What are we to do with an elf? What are we to do with an elf? What are we to do with an elf?
You once said that if you were growing up in this generation that you would have a field day because you would take their souls. What did you mean by that?
The younger generation quits. Not everybody. So I gotta put it, people get their butt hurt. So not everybody. Most of this generation quits the second they get talked to. It's so easy to be great nowadays. Most people are weak. This is a softened generation. So if you have any mental toughness, any ability, if you have any fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do it but still do it. And I hate to run. And what makes me so crazy, people go, well, why do you run if you hate it? What are you talking about? I don't want to take showers and eat either. I hate that too. That's life, man. It wasn't until I changed that mentality and I became somebody. I hated going to school, so guess what? I was dumb as shit. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is greatness. That's what people are saying. By me running, I am callous in my mind. I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life. I'm training for the time when I get that 2 o'clock in the morning call that my mom is dead or something happens tragic in life. I don't fall apart. I'm training my mind and my body and my spirit so it's all one, so I can handle what life is going to throw at me. Because the life I've lived throws a whole bunch at you. And if you're not physically and mentally prepared for that, you're just going to crumble.
Perfect.
1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is greatness.
It's not necessarily a doomsday countdown. People call it the singularity. And that's probably a good way to think about it. Just it's a singularity. It's hard to predict. It's like a black hole. What happens past the event horizon? It could be terrible, and it could be great. It's not clear. One thing is for sure, we will not control it. The merge scenario with AI is the one that seems like probably the best. If you can't beat it, join it. I think best case scenario, we effectively merge with AI, where AI serves as a tertiary cognition layer, where we've got the limbic system, primitive brain essentially, we've got the cortex. So currently, your cortex and limbic system are in a symbiotic relationship. And generally, people like their cortex, and they like their limbic system. I haven't met anyone who wants to delete their limbic system or delete their cortex. Everybody seems to like both. And the cortex is mostly in service to the limbic system. People may think that the thinking part of themselves is in charge, but it's mostly their limbic system that's in charge. The cortex is trying to make the limbic system happy. That's what most of is art. How can I make the limbic system happy? That's what it's trying to do. Yeah. If we do have a third layer, which is the AI extension of yourself, that is full systembiotic. And there's enough bandwidth between the cortex and the AI extension of yourself such that the AI doesn't de facto separate. That could be a good outcome. That could be quite a positive outcome for the future. really appreciate the difference. You know, like how much smarter are you with a phone, computer, than without? You're vastly smarter, actually. You can answer any question pretty much instantly. Any calculation. Your phone's memory is essentially perfect. You can remember flawlessly videos, pictures, everything perfectly. Your phone is already an extension of you. You're already a cyborg. Most people don't realize they are already a cyborg. That phone is an extension of yourself. It's just that the data rate, there's a communication rate between you and the cybernetic extension of yourself that is your phone, the computer, is slow. It's very slow. And that, it's like a tiny straw of information flow between your biological self and your digital self. And we need to make that tiny straw like a giant river. Huge, high bandwidth interface. It's an interface problem. Data rate problem. Solve the data rate problem, then I think we can hang on to human-machine symbiosis through the long term. And then people may decide that they want to retain their biological self or not. I think they'll probably choose to retain their biological self. You will be essentially snapshotted into the computer at any time. If your biological self dies, you can just probably just upload into a new unit. Literally.
Make some noise for Elon Musk. That song is called Merge. Someone left a comment. I had to laugh. Man. Like 99.999% of my comments are just incredibly positive and smart. Then there's the occasional moron. This poor guy. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. The song with Elon Musk. He left a comment saying something along the lines of, "You do know that he's a rich kid whose parents had a diamond mine," or something like that. And what's your fucking point? What the fuck is your point? What the fuck is your point? Are you crazy? You never read a comic book. Like what world do you live in where someone is like deemed in some way? I don't even know what his point was. Like, so fucking what? What? He's not allowed to talk. You should listen to him less because he wasn't born in a slum. Kind of twisted logic is what? Oh, you know, I'm just grateful to the gods. I'd just be like, nice one, gods, you know, for just like giving me not that, you know, for blessing me with a different perspective, or at least allowing me to grow, because I had that programming. You know, lots of children get that programming, but I did grow up. You know, I did continue to explore the world and pay attention. I had good grandparents, a good mother and father, a good sister, good teachers, good servants, relatives, friends, nearly everything good. And that I never lost control of myself with any of them. Although I had it in me to do that, and I might have easily. But thanks to the gods, I was never put in that position, and so I escaped that test. I was never put in that position, and so I escaped that test. And now I wasn't longer raised by my Yo. Back up. I didn't even think about it, like, you know what I mean? What you do? You go from that little interlude about the foolishness of suggesting that, like, someone is somehow shouldn't be listened to or paid attention to because they were born into some sort of wealth or whatever it was. And then we go right into Marcus Aurelius, Roman Emperor. Oh, no, burn meditations. That guy was too privileged. Burn meditations, far too privileged. There's a line there, and I sing it, right, where he talks about how he didn't have to do certain shit. And it's funny when I sing that, because I did. I did all sorts of stuff. Out of necessity and lack and all that sort of thing. But guess what? I did not become bitter and resentful. I kept moving, kept building, kept growing. There are so many opportunities in the modern world. It is ridiculous. And if you're going to sit there, it's despicable. Despicable to sit there feeling sorry for yourself, being bitter and resentful when you live at the peak of recorded human civilization with more opportunity than has ever been had by any person. Shish, God. Oh, anyway, let's reboot that song, because it's good. See. Yo. Hey. I had good grandparents, a good mother and father, a good sister, good teachers, good servants, relatives, friends, nearly everything good. And I never lost control of myself with any of them, although I had it in me to do that, and I might have easily. But thanks to the gods, I was never put in that position, and so I escaped that test. I was never put in that position, and so I escaped that test. And that I wasn't longer raised by my granddad's girlfriend. I didn't lose my virginity too early and didn't enter adulthood until it was time. Hell, I put it off that I had someone as a ruler and father who could keep me from arrogance, to live in a palace without bodyguards, without fancy dresses or torches or statues or such like show, that you can live much like a regular person, not remiss in action or careless or ruler when carrying out official obligations. I had the kind of brother I did, one whose character challenged me to improve my own, one whose love and affection enriched my whole life, that my children weren't born stupid or physically deformed, that I wasn't more talented in rhetoric or poetry, they could have consumed me if I had seen progress, might never have given them up, that I conferred on the people who brought me up, the honors that they seemed to want early on, instead of putting them off since they were still young, with the hope that I'd do it later, that I knew Apollonius and Rusticus and Maximus. I was shown clearly and often what it would be like to live as nature requires, thanks to the gods. They did all they could through their gifts, the help, the inspiration, to ensure that I could live as nature demands, thanks to the gods. They did all they could through their gifts, the help, the inspiration, to ensure that I could live as nature demands. And if I fail, it's no one's fault but mine, 'cause I didn't pay attention to what they told me, to what they taught me, practically step by step, that my body has held out for so long through such a life, that I never laid a finger on Benedicta or Theodotus. Even later I was overcome by passion. I recall that even though I often quarreled with Rusticus, I never did nothing that I regretted later. And though my mother died young, she spent her last years with me, And if I ever wish to help someone in need, I was never told that I had no other means, that I was never put in that position myself, of having to take something from somebody else, that I have the wife I do, obedient, loving, humble, that my children had competent teachers, and for the remedy showed me in dreams when I was coughing blood, when my head was spinning, hey, when I had an inclination to philosophy, I never fell into the hands of any sophist, and that I didn't waste my time on writers of histories, or on the resolution of syllogisms, or occupy myself about an investigation of appearances in the heavens. For all these things require the help of the gods and fortune. Thanks to the gods, they did all they could through their gifts, the help, the inspiration to ensure that I could live as nature demands. Thanks to the gods, they did all they could through their gifts, the help, the inspiration to ensure that I could live as nature demands. They did all they could through the gifts, the help, the inspiration to ensure that I could live as nature demands. Yeah! Make some noise for Marcus Aurelius. Make some noise for Marcus Aurelius. You know, I've been poor, and I've been less poor. I've slept on and under park benches, and I've slept in mansions in upstate New York. I've experienced all facets of life. I've hung out in countless states, and the ghettos, places where people's roofs have corrugated iron on them, you know, or they don't even have roofs. And I've hung out with the elites, the so-called elites. I don't think they call themselves that. They never did when I spoke to them. In Oxford and Cambridge and all over the place. And they fucking suffer. By God. They all suffer. Everybody suffers. You think suffering is something that only you have. You ain't paid no attention. Everybody suffers. Everybody suffers. God creates balance wherever he can. Some of the happiest people I ever saw in my life had fuck all. Some of the most absolutely tortured had what some people would think was everything. Is what you do with what you're presented with that marks who you really are. Who are you? Anyway. I mean, I know I am. I'm a guy who wants to get that good feeling, baby.
It's this fear of discomfort. People have this extreme feeling in their mind when it comes to their associations with exercise. They want to avoid discomfort. They feel like any type of exercise is just something to be avoided. That's not for me. Fuck that. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to strain. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to strain. A lot of times this association that they have is about the beginnings of getting in shape. It's not about once you're actually fit. Because once you're actually fit and you look forward to it, it feels great. If I can't get a workout in, I look at my schedule and go, oh shit, I don't have any time for a workout, which means I'm not going to get that good feeling, get that good feeling. And so instead of looking at it like, oh, I've got to go grunt and sweat, I'm thinking I'm not going to feel good, I'm not going to feel relaxed, I'm not going to feel carefree, even appreciative. Like my appreciation is greatly after exercise. I just feel better. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain, 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 get that good feeling, get that good feeling, get that good feeling. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain, 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 get that good feeling, get that good feeling, get that good feeling. It feels great. Most people, their associations are to avoid anything that's uncomfortable. It's so illogical. Discomfort is your friend. It really is. Discomfort, not being happy and content with certain situations in life, they're massive, massive motivators. They're amazing at facilitating change, yet our instinct is to avoid those and just sit on the couch and watch some fucking reality show. It's bizarre. When I get really disciplined and really consistent with my workouts, I almost feel momentum. I feel like there's push behind me, like, all right, yeah, now I'm doing sweat. I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling, get that good feeling, get that good feeling. I want to sweat, I want to strain, 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 I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling, get that good feeling, get that good feeling.
Yeah, it feels great.
Now I'm doing it. I'm doing it all the time now. I'm looking forward to the next time, and it makes that resistance much weaker, and it makes my motivation and my discipline much stronger. I think a lot of it is based on just the consistency. Blowing something off is not just bad for you physically, it's also bad mentally, because then that option is now available. The option to fuck off. You did it before, and you're probably going to do it again, and you'll get mediocre results, not just in that aspect of your life, maybe in all aspects of your life. That option to fuck off, when you embrace it, that is a pathway that you muck off. And that inclination to fuck off, that gathers momentum as well. The inclination to be disciplined, that comes with momentum. I think both things. You take a path. I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling, get that good feeling, get that good feeling. I want to sweat, I want to strain, 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 I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling, get that good feeling, get that good feeling. It feels great.
Yeah, that's what's up, baby. Make some noise with your emojis if you got them. Smash all them emojis right now, baby. It feels great. Yeah, it do.
You take a...
Hey, I want to shout out everyone who's been supporting during this thing. Without you, there would be no thing. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't support stuff, there is no stuff. Yeah, I want to shout out. Who am I shouting out? Yeah, Druff 42, what's cracking, baby? Prince Jabricus, what's cracking, baby? Yeah, Luke, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Chris Champagne? Landon Foster, LH, Mike B in the place to be. Landon Foster, Druff 42, Glenn Bonnet. Yeah, and a big shout out to Alistair Cochrane. You dig.
You take a path, like the path of the healthy person.
Oh, the fuck off.
Your body is like a race car that you can juice up yourself. Like you can add the fat tire, you can add improved suspension, you can beef up the horsepower of the engine. You can do all that yourself. Or you can just choose to have this shitty body. No one's under the illusion that you're gonna live forever, but you are enhancing the experience that you're currently involved in right now. You are alive, you experience this life, but do you experience this life optimally? Is it as enjoyable as it can be? And we all know that there's a spectrum for that enjoyability. We've all had times in our life where it's not been so great, and then times in our life, everything came together like, what a fucking great day, whoa! Great day, whoa! Great day, whoa! Great day, whoa! Make more of those! Make more of those! Make more of those! You can make more of those! And then the whole thing's better, and then the whole thing's better. And I think when that whole thing is better, it affects everybody you touch, everybody that's around you, everybody you come in contact with, and that in turn, I mean, it sounds so grandiose, but in turn can affect the entire race of human beings.
Thank you, brave citizens of the MAZ. Thank you for being here. The Meaning Stream 41, the 41st of Meaning Streams. I think it was another banger. Another banger stream. Bap, bap, bap.
Boom shakalaka! He's on fire!
Yeah. Ah, that's so funny. I love doing this thing. I love it. Like, it's amazing. I used to have a studio. You know, I used to be like on my own down in the studio. And now I'm building one in the crib, building two in the crib. And I get little joyful things happening. Like, just then I look up and like Hercules just like runs past all excited about some shit. About something. Probably excited about his Switch. About his Nintendo Switch. Hey, Hercules. Are you still excited about your Nintendo Switch?
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, thank you, Aurelius. Go and tell everyone about your Nintendo Switch. Where's he going? Get back here. You monkey. Here he comes. It's Hercules. What? You gonna get it? Oh, okay. He's gonna get it. Oh, he's gonna show proofs. Proof of Switch. Michael Robars. Does Hercules like Austin? I don't know. He hasn't been to Austin. Like, we've just been in Dripping Springs. It's like someone hit me up the other day. Like, a lot of people actually, quite a lot of people messaged me. They were like, oh, stay away from Austin, you know, apparently, who's that creepy old git who puts like weirdos in buses and they go and make a noise and break things? I can't remember. Hey, what up, Hecky? What you? Oh, yeah, look at this.
Nintendo, baby.
That's the controller. What was that song?
You don't know that song?
I don't know if I do. It sounded pretty good.
Coffin dance.
The coffin dance?
Do you know the coffin dance?
No.
It's really funny.
What is it?
If you guys know it, please say in the chat.
Hey, they're dropping diamonds for young Herc. Hey, Herc, they're asking what you think of Texas.
I love it.
What do you like about it?
A coffin dance is goals.
Hercules' coffin dance is goals. Yeah. Martin Potter says, has Hercules switched from Minecraft to Animal Crossing?
Actually, yes.
And did you see the joke? He said, have you switched?
What do you mean? Oh! Because Nintendo... That was a bad joke.
It was pretty good. It was a good joke. Anyway, what do you think of Texas?
Perfect.
What do you like about it?
Hot, different weathers, and the people are nice.
People are very nice.
And that we have to get to stay in the house all day because we don't have a car and we can't move without a car.
And you like that? Yeah, you can sit in the house all day and play Animal Crossing. What?
Can we please get Super Mario Maker 2 when we go downstairs? Instead of just playing one game.
A reason. You're missing something in your persuasion. You are being persuasive.
Yes. What was it?
You did a good one. You did a good one with me earlier. He goes, we were looking at a list of Nintendo games, and he goes, "What's your favorite, Dada?" I was like, "I like to look at that Zelda one." He goes, "Which of the Mario ones is your favorite, Dada?" Because he wants the Mario one. He goes, "Which of the Mario ones is your favorite? Go on, Dada, get your favorite Mario game." He's making it so it's like my choice, like I'm deciding. He's very persuasive, but you didn't put a useless fake for cousin there.
Oh.
Yeah. So ain't gonna work.
But can we please get Super Mario Maker, because you can make your own Mario level, and if you're in the same room, you can both play in the course, and you can play online, and you can play other people's courses. You can make a me. You can make courses for your me. You can do multiplayer racing. You can help people, and literally, if you lose, it literally says you lose. And when you give up, it says you gave up. It just insults.
I mean, I've told you that because doesn't have to be anything. You could just say, Dad, can we get that Mario game because it's a game. You didn't have to give me all that stuff. In fact, that just confused me. That was too much information. I just switched off.
That was all the information about the game.
All right. Well, I'll think about it. Oh, yeah. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. You know you need to earn your keep around here, boy. You need to earn your keep around here, boy, I gotta say. Oi. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what. I'll think about it, and you can come back here in a couple of minutes and do the by 5. Just hang there, and we'll do the by 5 in a couple of minutes, all right? All right? Good boy. You're not a whole song. I'm just going to, I'm going to do a talky bit. Do a little closing talky bit, you know? Closing talking bit. Reggie Fensom says, my daughter gives me a choice of 2 things. It's very smart. It's very smart. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, some people were like, oh, stay away from Austin. Like, there's crazy people down there. The ideologically possessed or whatever it is, you know. I was like, shit, I didn't go there. I didn't go there anyway. I went there one time looking for a Switch. But outside of that, baby, why would I leave Dripping Springs? It's heaven on earth. It's beautiful. You know all that weirdo Twitter shit? All that stuff, it doesn't exist in Dripping Springs. Doesn't exist. No one's talking about it. There's no, visible evidence of it anywhere at all. It doesn't exist. It only exists to me if I turn Twitter on or something, you know? It's just a beautiful thing, man. I just love being here so much. I love it. You know, it's beautiful. It's so peaceful and relaxing. Everyone's so nice and polite. The air is so clean. The clouds are so big and epic. It'll go from being boiling hot and sunny 1 minute to suddenly being a thunderstorm. It's really epic. You know, I got a big ass garage. Chris says, did you get a car yet? Not yet. Not yet. There is a car coming. I got to learn to drive, you know. I got to do that. I got a lot to do.
Perfect.
What's up, son? What?
Boy. Truck.
What about a truck?
Get in a truck.
Who decided?
Mum, you, and me.
I mean, I do want a truck, yeah. What kind of truck do you want?
I want a green truck.
Green?
We can paint it green.
I want a purple truck.
Why do you want a purple truck?
I like purple. I want a truck the same color as, this light.
Purple's a girl color.
Nah, it's not. Who told you that? That's nonsense. Purple is the best color. What are you talking about? Who told you purple was a girl color?
Shammy?
Who's that?
Shammy?
That your friend, huh? You ain't playing with him no more.
Well, he kind of does ruin everything when he plays.
So you wouldn't mind if I banned you?
A big lol. Lol, lol. Lol, 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 lol. Lol, lol. Lol, lol, lol. Lol, 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 lol. Epic lol.
I was thinking of getting you as a guest on here, but I don't know. I was thinking of getting you on as a guest. I was thinking of starting doing once a week, one of the shows would be like a podcast. I would sit down and talk. And I thought you'd be a good guest, you know? What do you think? Come back, we can't hear you. You have to go on the mic when you talk. What would you want to talk about?
Memes and games.
Memes and games. All right, that's right. Okay, you have a look at the chat. Can I what?
Can you connect this to this so I can control this?
Probably.
Okay, but I'm just...
All right. Chris Hollins says, Hercules reminded me of Ed from Cowboy Bebop. Oh, man. I want to watch that. We can't watch Avatar anymore. What did we watch yesterday, Hercules?
I forgot the name.
It's called One Piece. We watched the first episode of One Piece. It was pretty funny. Pretty funny. What up, Reggie Fensom says, you're a great dad. Hey, thanks. Chris, the color of royalty, or Don's, purple. That's right, it is. It is. You know, anyway, what are you doing, Herc? You just trying to read... Oh, you closed your messages. What did you do with the chat? Where did the chat... Herc, you just turned the stream off. Yeah. You just turned the stream off. Wah, wah, wah. What do you say?
Sorry, Dad.
All right. Well. All right. All right. Next time. Don't matter. All right. If you're listening on the podcast, you are hearing the end. Hang on a second. Let me, hang on a second. What's that? Oh, it is. No, it says on my screen, stream finished. So it must be finished because it says finished. I can't tell. I'm so confused. Is the stream finished? No, everyone says we can still hear you. I'm so confused. On my screen, it says, look, what's it say there, Heck?
Stream finished.
All right, well, fine. You can all still hear. How wonderful.
I fixed it.
Yay, well done.
Wait, play that song.
What song? I don't know that song, that Coffin Dance song. I don't know that Coffin Dance song. I like your version. I like your version.
It's exactly the same. I'm just saying the same song.
I'll tell you what, I'll have you on as a guest and you can play it as a guest when you're a proper guest. How about that? You're gonna, this screen was supposed to finish at 9 o'clock, you know. We're really running over.
Perfect.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, it's nice that we're still here. I got to say, I'm very confused. The back end says stream finished. You press some buttons. It looks all weird. But, you know, we're still here, and that's beautiful. What was I going to say? Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. If you, what's that? Charles Richard says, thanks for staying righteous when you thought the camera was off. You know what I mean? Camera's off. I start hitting him with a shoe, you know? Bam. Yeah, you've seen the real me, baby. Epic stream. Epic streams only. Oh no, here comes Hercules. He's got a laptop. What are you What? I was just going to say the goodbyes. What are you doing? What is this? You want me to hold this while you do your dance? Do they hear it? I guess they... I don't know if they do. Do your dance. I'm looking at that. Hey. So what's going on here anyway? I'm a bit confused.
Coffin dance.
What's the coffin saying? Some guys with the coffin.
Yeah, someone's dead in the coffin.
Right. That's a cause for celebration, huh? I guess it is. Okay, when I die, can you do a coffin dance for me?
Okay.
Nice. All right, let's go in then. Let's see how this goes. Get after it, baby. Whoa. Yo, he's stomping on the floor as well. Yo, make some noise for the coffin dance. I just learned all about the coffin dance. I hope you all learned something too, huh? Yo. Going in. That was the coffin. Your feet hurt. I bet they hurt after all that stomping.
Wait, he's the crab race. Listen to this. It's so
What is this now? We should. This is a whole other episode, you know. All right. What is this now? An error occurred. I know what the crab. Oh, your friends are ringing you.
Yeah. Should I play with them for like 10 minutes?
You can play with them in 10 minutes. I'm gonna have to have a shower after this anyway. Yo. Yeah. Okay. Hey, you forgot your Switch. Yo, there you go. I hope you all learned something tonight. That was the Meaning Stream, number 141. How am I going to finish it? The way I finish it is I press the end button in the back of YouTube that isn't there anymore. It says stream finished. I'm so confused. Honestly, so confused. But I'm very glad to be here, you know. It is definitely a beautiful day to be alive here at the peak of recorded human history. That was definitely a joyful stream. You know, epic. It was an epic activity as far as streams go. I'm pretty certain. And I'm very grateful to everyone who was here, you know, who smashed that like, who shared that link, who supported, you know, with their energy, with their super chatting, with their comments, with their smart ideas, with their excellent song requests. You know, so much bounty. So much bounty, baby. Someone said turn off the Wi-Fi, I pulled the plug. That doesn't work with YouTube. The stream just keeps going. Like, I've done it a couple of times where I thought I switched it off and I hadn't, and it just stays running and people are in the chat going, what's going on? You know? Anyway, I'll work it out. Don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me. I'll work it out. I always do. You know, that's one of the things I'm good at, is working it out. There you go, I worked it out. I opened it up on a different computer. A different computer, and it's there now. Huh, isn't that amazing? Now I can see the chat again. I couldn't see the chat. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone who is supporting. If you want to support the wave, you know what to do. You can join the channel. Get them emojis. You can join the Patreon. Get all that swag. Get your name on the next album. Get your name on the credits of the Joe Rogan album. You can do that if you join the Patreon or the channel stream thing. You know the thing. You can go to Bandcamp and download the music. You can go to Spotify and run up all the playlists. You can go to MEANINGWAVE.com and buy that Get That Good Feeling merch drop. Get the new stuff, the shorts, the face mask, the epic activities in general. You can do all that stuff. Matt Crittenden says calling Susan. Ah! Yeah, don't call Susan. If Susan catches wind of what we're up to here, like, it'll just be Yeet City. They yeeted Ryan Celsius the other week. He's back now, though. God bless. God bless Ryan Celsius. Yeah, you can do all that stuff. You know, you can make a one-time donation via the link below. You can smash that like. You can share that link. You can go into church, hang around outside the doors, wait for the bit where they're getting really, really into it with the sermonaging, right? Then bang open the doors like in The Graduate and run up to the front and say, "Good news! Good news! Good news! MEANINGWAVE exists!" You could definitely do that. I mean, I would definitely advise doing that. That's on the you know, quite high on the list of things you should do with your life. You know, and what's the other thing you should do? Oh yeah, join me for the By 5. And remember, we're here every day at 7 CT. Every time it hits 7 in the morning, we're here on Twitch. In the evening, we're here on YouTube. Baby, we just regulating those vibes all day, every day. Why not? Why not? I mean, it feels like it works. All right, join me, cock back. Yeah. Yeah. Zoom. 3, 2, 1. Oh, daylight come, me won't go home. All right, sweet dreams. I love you. You beautiful thing.